This is a pretty big job for the first time using an excavator. I don't know how we're ever gonna get this done. Dad, what you got there? What is that? Sage, what is that? It's like the world's biggest chainsaw. What are you doing under there? Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're gonna be continuing on our electrical. We've already roughed in everything, and now we need to get the power from that pole over to the house. And to do that, we need to dig a trench all the way from there to here. We already rented a trencher for the weekend, and unfortunately, it just rained all weekend, so now we just have a few hours to get this trenched. We also want to dig a trench for our septic tank, so we're gonna be doing that too. We're just gonna go ahead, start moving stuff out of the way, and get trenching. Sounds like such a soft thud compared to what you'd expect. I guess because dirt's under it. Old Dad's hard work. This line is where we're gonna be trenching. So all this concrete is in the way. The reason this is here is because we had a giant hole in the concrete. So when we were getting it, these ones poured, we filled in that hole, and this is just kind of some leftover concrete that we shoved in there. But now all this overflow just has to go. It was all kind of dirty to begin with and just thrown in this place, so it's really not that bad taking it out.
When you were glad you didn't live in Egyptian times. You weren't an Egyptian influencer.
The pyramid hasn't even begun. You're just carving the way for it. We gotta learn quick around here. I feel like a real construction worker now.
chain jumped off the track. I think it's wedged in there.
We rented a trencher from a company called Robin Rents in Huntsville, Alabama. We ended up making it about 20 feet with the trencher, and then the chain just jumped off and there was nothing we could do. So we ended up contacting them, and they ended up being super helpful. They were really nice, and they ended up just giving us a mini excavator for the day.
Okay, you get your key switch back over here. You gotta have this up to be able to crank it. Push it down. That's your little turbo for driving, okay? If you don't do it, it's kind of slow. If you hit that, it'll go a lot faster. It'll be like this whenever you hop up in it, so go ahead and crank it. Yeah, it's up. So anytime that it's up, okay, you can actually feel it latch in. Okay. Go ahead and turn it. Yep. Alright. You've got your throttle over there. Just go ahead and leave it low, but whenever you actually get to go using it, pull that throttle up all the way just so that way it'll dig. Okay, real good. Now you can let this down. Alright, so left hand controls your cab. Okay, see how it sways back and forth? And your elbow, kind of like your arm like this, okay? Right hand controls the bucket scoop, okay? So you can go ahead and grab it. Don't be afraid of it, all right? There you go. Now, with the excavator especially, okay? If you don't have a real good hold on the controls, it's like when you're shooting a gun, you're a little real limp-wristed, it won't work right. Well, here, it'll shake, okay? And it'll just be a miserable time operating. So when you got a hold of the control sticks, make sure you got a good grip and you make well-intentioned moves as to what you're trying to dig up, okay? This little foot switch right here is for your thumb, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come out, down, and open the bucket at the same time, okay? It'll take a little bit of practice, right? You're more than welcome to try it here. You're going to come all out and down, get a big bite in the ground. See how the teeth are engaged in the ground? You kind of want that, okay? You don't want to be all the way out here and then just trying to scoop it in, okay? It'll be a lot harder, a lot easier if the teeth are straight in, okay? And so then, that's correct, right. So that way they get good engagement, right? Get them in, and then as you're coming in, you're scooping and pulling down at the same time, okay? You may feel it, the excavator pick itself up, okay, that's normal. Too much though, that means you're trying to take too big of a bite. Just kind of scoop in, bring it up, okay? And you'll have a full bucket normally. If you're going really deep, okay, and you start to notice, hey, I'm getting closer and closer to that plow, especially with the main boom, it's best if you just turn the tracks all the way around, have the plow behind you, and then make sure that the plow, when it's behind you, is set down, okay? So that way it'll kind of help, because if you start picking yourself up a lot, especially when you first start digging, okay, it'll kind of help alleviate that, one, and two, it's out of the way, so that way the cylinder right here doesn't hit you. Okay, so like I said, the main thing is just being well-intentioned with what you're doing, If you're not sure about it, just hold off for a second. So what do you think? I'm ready. Ready?
there.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. So this is a lot harder than it looks, but I think it just kind of clicked in my brain with like the controls. It's a lot of things to remember. That one wasn't that good. I did notice this right stick is really similar to our tractor. It's pretty much the same controls. We are finally starting to get somewhere. That thing is no joke. It's not easy. I'm not good at it, but I feel like I could be good at it. It's kind of fun, even though I suck at it. Definitely need to get our own someday. Just can't show how deep it is, but we're definitely past 3 feet now.
All right.
All right, so we are wrapped up for the day with the mini excavator. Made it about 60 feet. I'm just finally starting to get the hang of the controls. So tomorrow when we come back, we should be able to just knock out the rest of this. And we're gonna fill this up with fuel and come back tomorrow and get it finished. Okay, so we are wrapped up with our trench now. You know, when I was first starting on the excavator, I was struggling with it a lot, and I was like, I don't know how we're ever gonna get this done. And looking at it now, this is a pretty big job for the first time using an excavator. So I'm glad we got it done. And also, I think by spending this long on it, I really started to get the hang of it. So now I kind of want an excavator. So if you guys find a deal on an excavator, send them to us, because we got to have one of these. We were over moving some logs around with it too, and I just think it would be such a great piece of equipment to have on our property. So now we're set up to start running our conduit, and we went ahead and got all of that today. So we're ready to go. So now we just need to get our meter base on and the disconnect on and run our conduit, and we'll be good to go. But that's gonna be a wrap for this video. I wanna give another shout out to Robin Rents for just hooking it up for us. They didn't pay us or sponsor us or anything, but they were just really great. So thank you to them. And also thank you to everyone who has liked the videos and subscribed. And a huge shout out to everyone that backs us over on Patreon. Really appreciate your support too, and we'll see you guys next time.